Hola, hola, mi gente. It's your girl Panchita. Happy, happy Halloween. Of course, we gotta do a collective read on Halloween. Not only is it Halloween, it's also Samhain, it's Dia de los Muertos. So, felicitaciones of whatever you celebrate during this time. All of these are absolutely beautiful holidays to observe the passing of time, the cycles of transformation, and of course, to honor the loved ones that have come before us. This is the time of year where people say that the veil is very thin. And there's a lot of kind of misconceptions around what that means. I think people kind of jump to, oh my gosh, I'm going to see a specter, I'm going to see something spooky. And yes, that may happen. But to me, what the veil being thin really means is that there is a greater access to ancient wisdom, to knowledge and understanding of the steps we need to make in our personal lives to move forward. It's a time where our ancestors are really, really protecting and watching over us and directly sending us information that is more symbolic, that takes us kind of understanding and being open to the great beyond rather than a literal message, understanding the signs and the symbols. So if you are seeing angel numbers on the clock, or 111 as an address when you're walking down the street, if you are seeing things out of the corner of your eye, or maybe seeing creepy crawlies come up like roaches or silverfish, whether they be literal or you think you're seeing one and nothing is there, pay attention to what you are talking about, what you're doing, what you're thinking about during that time. It can give immense wisdom to the best practices for moving forward. Scorpio season is really all about gathering information in order to equip ourselves as best as we can to strategically move forward. After Scorpio season is Sagittarius season. I often think of Scorpios as the know-it-alls, meant in the absolute best ways, and Sagittariuses as the do-it-alls. We're taking all that information we learned during Scorpio season, and then we are launching out for Sagittarius season. Now, the astrology of the first 10 days of November, which is what we're going to be diving into and also getting more context of with our tarot poll, has heavily to do with these two signs. We have all of the inner planets making moves into their next signs. We have Mercury and Mars moving into Sagittarius, and we have Venus moving from Libra into Scorpio. We also have as well, these are a jam-packed first 10 days of November. We also have Jupiter over in Cancer, another water sign like Scorpio, stationing retrograde. We have Uranus, who has been in Gemini, going back into Taurus, reintroducing some themes that were taking place during this year in order to kind of close those themes out. And let's see, what else do we have? Oh, also, don't shoot the messenger. We also have Mercury stationing retrograde in the first 10 days of this month. So there is a lot going on. What does all of this mean? All of this being that we're in Scorpio season, a water sign. There's Jupiter also in a water sign. We have Saturn and Neptune over in Pisces. There's a lot of water energy. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of access to the knowledge that lies beneath the surface. There's a heavy emphasis with Venus moving from Libra into Scorpio on our relationships, and especially our intimate relationships, really talking deeply with our trusted others about how we are progressing forward, addressing any sort of kind of sticky, kind of stuck issues, making sure we're moving and flowing through those. With Mercury and Mars going into Sagittarius, there is this go, go, go type of energy. There is this, great, I've taken all the information and I am going to put it into action and do. I'm going to go out in the world. I'm going to learn. I'm going to travel. But with Mercury stationing retrograde, there may be some stalls to that plan. And that's not a bad thing. This is a good time to overall reassess, to make sure that what we have learned during our time that Mercury and Mars have been in Scorpio is applicable and aligned with where we want to go. So that is a really good thing to be just aware of, a cognizant, just an important thing to be aware of, that in this time we really may want to put the pedal to the metal, but we may have some stalls, we may have some stops. Do not force anything. Go with the overall flow. We are in water energy that is meant to transform us. It is not meant to be rushed through. So I have my tarot cards in my brand new cornucopia. If you've been reading Panchita's World, you know that I've been teaching a mythology themed sculpture class, and my cornucopia came out of the kiln, and I love having a cornucopia. It's so whimsical, and it's of course not a shape that you really see often, so it's kind of fun to have. I've already shuffled my cards, and I have a card that has already fallen out. So I'm getting that I actually should shuffle the cards just once more. So I'm going to kind of just do that. And then we're going to dive into the collective read to see, kind of any unexpecteds for what the first 10 days of November might hold, any different information that could be helpful to us as a collective. The first card that we're looking at is, oh, hello. Okay, so we have the Devil card. This is a great example of never being afraid of a card. There are no bad cards, in my opinion. We got the Devil reverse, and this is a card really all about releasing bad habits. Putting to the side, taking any note where we may have indulged a little bit too much. The reverse is kind of also a good sign as well. We may be moving past bad habits. We may be moving past addictions. This is also a card, though, that has heavily to do with our passions, our interests, really wanting to be in those passions, those enjoyments, those indulgences, but there may be more of a restriction during this time where we're not able to fully dive in, which again, very related to the overall energy of the moment. The next card that we have, okay, hello. Oh, we're getting reverses today. We have the Four of Cups, which is all about adding a bit of structure, a bit of stability to the way that we are feeling, taking a look at where our emotions have gotten the better of us. Have we said anything that might have come off in a way that we didn't mean? Have we upset a trusted loved one? How are we managing our emotions overall during this time and setting up healthy structures around our kind of our overall feelings, our inner waters? And our last card that we're getting all reverses today. All right, we have the Eight of Wands, which is really about moving with the pulse of the sun, finding inner balance in the midst of changing energy. Again, this was pulled in reverse, so there is an overall stall. I really feel like this card is definitely connecting to Mars moving into Sagittarius. We could also say Mercury moving into Sagittarius as well. Just that wanting to go, but there is a little bit of a pullback, of a pause, of a, hey, let's reassess things before massively diving in. I'm definitely a big fan of this poll. We got earth energy with the Devil connected to the sign of Capricorn. We got water energy with the Four of Cups, and we got fire with the Eight of Wands, which is all the elements that are heavily at play right now, especially with the full moon in Taurus coming next week. And there is a heavy emphasis, like we talked about, on our relationships. The Devil card is so multifaceted. It really speaks to any area that we have overindulged, anything that we have made a habit, even something that may be really healthy. If we are giving too much power to it, it can become something that is unhealthy. Exercise is fantastic, but what happens when you start binge exercising? That it becomes an unhealthy type of habit. What happens when you fall madly in love with somebody and you're super in that energy, but then you neglect all other types of responsibilities? So this is really a card about understanding where we have taken things that are good for us and maybe just gone a little bit too far with them? Was there anything during Libra season that we tipped the scales with a little bit too far? It's an important sign of kind of rebalancing those scales. Again, being that it was reversed, we could be moving out of a time. We may have already had this revelation of, okay, whoa, I was giving that thing way too much power that lives outside of myself. I need to reel it back. I need to reestablish some healthy patterns, healthy boundaries. And it is, though, a card, again, multifaceted, greatly about one's passions. It's about choice, the choice that we have, the free will that we have when indulging in our passions. Talk about hearing. I literally just heard a beetle fly by my ear. There's nothing in here. Okay, so I see you, Spirit. I got you. So very much an important card about understanding that there may be a delay in our passions. We may need to reassess how we are doing those passions, how we're giving our power to different relationships. The Four of Cups, especially, again, we pulled it reverse, is also about the power of saying no, about the power of understanding that we only have so much time in a day, that we can build structure and build overall routine. The Four of Cups does connect us to our home life, to our inner world, our inner emotions, our inner waters, making sure that we are flowing and moving with the tide and not aligning ourselves or not giving our time to things that don't align best with who we are on the inside. So that may look like saying no. There's a lot of opportunities and a lot of busyness that's going to be taking place, especially in these first 10 days of November. This is like heightened time before the quiet of the holidays. Make sure that you are saying no to what you need to say no to in order to make room for the things that really align with you. And finally, we have the Eight of Wands, which is also about just moving a little bit slower. With the Eight of Wands upright, this would be go, go, go energy. Things are aligned, things are flowing, things are balanced. In the reverse, it is much more of a, hey, let's reassess, let's calm it down, let's be strategic about what we are doing. Mercury moves into Sagittarius this week, so there is going to be a lot of forward motion, especially in what we're talking about, in what we're thinking about. But then he's going to station retrograde, and he will also end up going back into Scorpio. So there is going to be more reassessing that takes place, more kind of looking at the overall strategy that we have for how we want to progress forward and move in our lives when it comes to career, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to where we may be physically even moving and setting down our roots. So really amazing poll, I will say. Really good poll, again, to just have us overall. It's a reassessment. It's a reassessment time as we enter these different retrogrades. Our different passions, our different loves are wonderful to have. But anytime we're extending ourselves too far to anything that is outside of us, that can be an unhealthy habit. So it's good to overall reassess, check in with what aligns with our true essence, and then really progress forward when the timing is right. By the end of November, we'll be out of Mercury retrograde. Things will be moving and grooving much more. Answers will be coming through. And right now, it's a great time to take in that energy from the ancestors, to take in that ancient wisdom, that magic, to enjoy, of course, these beautiful, beautiful holidays, all about remembrance, all about observing the cycles. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Again, do not be scared of the veil is thin type of instances like my beetle friend that just went by. Something I want to point out is a lot of people say, that's crazy when something like that happens. No, 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 no. You are not crazy. You are connected. I will see you next time for a collective read. Adios.